Hey YouTube, it is Young YugiTuber here, posting my second video ever on my channel. Today I wanted to do a deck profile for an anti-meta deck I made recently. It's had some okays. It's done okay on Dueling Network. Not too great. It's 16-3 or 4 now. I'm not totally sure. I've lost to Chaos Dragons and 2 other anti-meta decks. So, I guess it beats most of the competition. It really beats a lot of things other than my Dolces, because they don't really use the graveyard anyway, and mine kind of keeps the graveyard out of play. But, I still won against the 2 Madolche decks I played. So first I'm going to start off with just the traps. Solemn Warning, this is one of my favorite cards. Just in case I've used up Thunder Kings, which I have in this deck, I can use this as a last resort, so I only have 1. Starlight Road for getting Stardust Dragon out and negating things like Heavy Storm and Dark Hole. Dark Bribe, I only have 2 of them in this deck because I don't want to have too many traps, even though I have a lot in here. I just didn't want to make the deck half traps, use this for negating anything, really. 2-Dimensional Prison for banishing attacking monsters. 2 Bottomless Trap Hole for banishing monsters that my opponent summons. And 2 Macrocosmos because 3 ends up just being too much, so everything can be banished. Okay. Now, moving on to the spells. I'm just going to lay these out. I just have 1 Pot of Duality because not being able to special summon for multiple turns kind of hurts this deck, which you'll find out when I go into the monster detail. 1 Heavy Storm, because that's all that's allowed. And, it's pretty self-explanatory why I use this. 1 Monster Reborn, just in case I have something in my graveyard that I don't want in there. Not to bring back good monsters, because most of the monsters that will be sent to the graveyard in this deck are sent there because I don't have Macrocosmos out. 1 Enemy Controller, because I can switch opponents' monsters' battle positions, and, I just like doing that to mess with them. 1 Dark Hole to clear the whole field of monsters. Dimensional Fissure, so all monsters will be banished when they're removed from the field, and I don't have to wait a turn to activate it like Macrocosmos. And then last, 3 Mystical Space Typhoons, just in case, the enemy gets a field spell out or something that I don't want, or any continuous traps, like Imperial Iron Wall. That is something that hurts this deck a lot. Okay, now, I know this may seem like a lot, but 3 Guardian Aetos, which I can use to special summon all 3 from my hand when I have no monsters in my graveyard, so I can use this to get out some Exceeds, or just use them as beat sticks because they're very powerful. 2 Cyber Dragons, because they can be special summoned easily, and they have good attack. Not really a last resort, more of a first resort if I don't have any Guardian Aetos on my first turn, if my enemy went first. 2 Doom Caliber Knight, I like to only have 2, because you have to tribute them when your opponent special summons a monster. Or when a monster's effect is activated. Sorry, I was thinking of Thunder King. So that can kind of be bad if you really need it, and they activated a really crappy effect, or one that might benefit me. 2 Breaker the Magical Warrior, because during my turn, when I summon it, it gets an attack boost from its counter, or I can remove it to destroy spell and traps, and it still has pretty good attack points for level 4. 2 Thunder King Ryo, because I only have 2 at the moment. I had some others, but I traded and sold them. I'm probably going to be opening some Raw Yellow Mega Packs, hoping to get more. Use these as beat sticks or to negate special summons. 2 DD Warrior Lady for taking out any monster and banishing this and that card. Can be very helpful. 2 DD Crow, so I can banish monsters from the opponent's graveyard. If they have something, they might Monster Reborn. This is really good against Light Sworns, because I can just banish some that have different names so they can't get out Judgment Dragon or some Light Rays. 2 Vortex Trooper to kind of refill my hand or swap out things I don't need. Right now, only 1 Gen X Ally Birdman because I seem to be missing my other 2, but I will have 2 more in this deck soon, as I get them. So if anyone has any, contact me for trading or selling. 1 Fossil Anapachycephalo, because I think 1's only needed, so my enemy can attack into it if I don't have anything out that's really helpful that was special summoned. 1 Caius the Shadow Monarch, so I can deal 1,000 damage and banish a monster when it's summoned. You know, it's just an all-around good card. And 1 Gorz the Emissary of Darkness, because it has the best effect ever. Everyone knows why, and sadly it's limited. Now onto the extra deck. 1 Hieratic Sun Dragon, Overlord of Heliopolis, because it's a destroying effect, and I can get it out easily with Guardian Eatos. 1 Dark Highlander, so if I have Synchro Summoned all I've needed to, I can get this guy out, and no one can Synchro Summon as long as he's on the field, which is nice. 1 Dark End Dragon to destroy opponent's monsters, you know, self-explanatory, it's a really good card, I love it. 1 Gem Knight Pearl, you know, just to use as a beater because it has really high attack and it can take out a lot of monsters. 2 Utopia, because it's good to be able to negate attacks, and it's pretty good for beating stuff down. Obviously 1 Stardust Dragon, because I have 1 Starlight Road, and its effect is good. 1 number 17 Leviathan Dragon, I use this, you know, just for a little beater. Of course, it can't attack directly when it has no material, but still. Wind Up Zenmeister, just because it gains boosts, and I can flip monsters face down and have them come up at the end of the turn. And, you know, it doesn't say any time, so I can do this in the battle phase if I have a high attack monster or something. At least I've never heard any rulings against it. 1 Leviar the Sea Dragon to bring back cards that I lost that were banished. You know, this is a really good card. And Wind Up Zenmaines to create a wall. So, that's the whole deck profile, and I don't have a side deck for it yet. I'm really bad at building those, so please leave suggestions for that, for the deck. You know, maybe rate it on a scale of 1 to 5, or give it a rating in stars. I don't really care. Just rate it. Tell me if you like it. Please subscribe, and, you know, give me a shout-out if you have your own channel. This is Young Yugi Tuber signing off.